Guys, it's Faith, and guess what? It's Saturday, which means another fun week with me. So, yeah, I know I missed Sunday's video. I'm really sorry about that. So this week I'm going to make 3 videos. Yay! Woohoo! Yeah! Woohoo! Yeah! I'm really excited to make 3 videos because I messed up on Sunday. Sorry. So right now I'm going to do a video about a review on Spongebob. It's going to be my first review ever. So let's get started. Now many adults and children have fallen in love with the character named Spongebob. Spongebob is a square sponge that is in the sea. Yes, it does sound kind of fictional, and it probably is fictional because it is fictional. But bear with me. Now, SpongeBob is a sponge, like I said. SpongeBob has many characteristics, like he's kind, he's not too bright and smart, he loves jellyfishing, he has a pet named Gary that always says meow, he loves his part-time job, well, his full-time job, working at the Krusty Krab. Now, the Krusty Krab is a restaurant owned by Eugene Krabs. And Eugene Krabs is a crab, of course, and Eugene Krabs is the manager or boss of the Krusty Krab. Now, the Krusty Krab includes of SpongeBob as the fry cook who grills the Krabby Patties. Krabby Patties are little burgers that are basically like mini-sized burgers like you get at McDonald's, but they have a secret ingredient that Plankton, Plankton, the bad guy, but not necessarily always bad guy, tries to take. Now, Plankton is, of course, little, because he's, you know what. So, Plankton and Krabs are arch nemesis ever since a bad incident happened where, well, if I told you, it'd spoil it. But anyways, a bad incident happened, and now, and Krabs opened up the Krusty Krab, and Plankton opened up the chum bucket, which served chum, but people did not like chum, and Krabs was getting all the attention with the Krabby Patty. So, Plankton wants to try to steal the Krabby Patty's secret formula that no one knows except for SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs. And I'm not sure if Squidward knows either. That's always a mystery I've been wondering forever. And now let's get into Squidward. Squidward lives next to SpongeBob and wishes that SpongeBob never existed. Although at some point Squidward's actually kind of friends with SpongeBob. It is surprising seeing a squid and a sponge interact with each other. I know, right? As usual, Squidward has about 8 tentacles or so, and Squidward loves to play the clarinet. Squidward is not fond of SpongeBob or Patrick, and Squidward is the what do you call them? Like the cashier at the Krusty Krab. And he would always dream of SpongeBob going away. And then when he does, which he really doesn't, but you'll see, he's sad. So yeah. Now, I've been talking about Patrick. He's a starfish. He's SpongeBob's best friend. On the other hand, SpongeBob and Patrick share interests. SpongeBob and Patrick both are not the smartest. SpongeBob and Patrick love jellyfishing. SpongeBob and Patrick also love Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Patrick is a starfish, and he talks. He has very weird capabilities, and he does not have any ears or a nose. In some wishes, he wishes. So, like I was saying, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy are 2 superheroes from the defended Earth that are humans but got drowned into the sea. And they used to be young people that got superpowers from this popcorn and radiation bite from watching a TV show. But on the other hand, now they're elderly and they live in the retirement home, and SpongeBob and Patrick are their biggest fans. They watch all their TV shows, and yeah, you might see Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy in a few of the episodes. Now, if you're wondering about the bear, he's like really in just this episode, so don't pay attention to the bear. Now on to Sandy the Squirrel. Sandy the Squirrel is a squirrel that has well, before I get into conclusions, I know what you're thinking. A squirrel cannot live underwater. Well, guess what? Sandy has a helmet, like an astronaut. She has an astronaut uniform, basically, and when she's out of the water, she can breathe with her astronaut helmet on, and she eats Krusty Krabbies by putting them in a pursuit and eating them. So she's basically living down in the water, but she always dreams about going back to her hometown, Texas, and one time she sings a song about Texas. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Poor Sandy. But Sandy is a scientist, and she can find many ways to get up onto the Earth and not. Also, Sandy has visited the moon, along with Spongebob and Patrick. Well, Spongebob and Patrick haven't really visited the moon. Well, at least Patrick hasn't. SpongeBob has. And also, Sandy, when she goes into this big tank, it's kind of like a square fish tank. It's kind of like fish tank, kind of. She has her own tree dome. So, whenever she goes into the tree dome, she can take off her suit and wear her clothes. I know that sounds weird. All she wears is a bra and underwear, but you get used to it. In one episode, Plankton actually tries to take the secret Krabby formula by taking Sandy's suit once because he was in the Krabby Patty trying to bring it back to the chum bucket. When Sandy ordered it, Sandy put it in, Plankton quickly went to the side. The next thing he knew, he was in Sandy's tree dome. And so he was in Sandy's tree dome in the bathroom. And while Sandy was taking a shower, he quickly used some mechanical instincts, because he's also a scientist, basically, he's smart. And he made Sandy's costume into a walking, where he could move controllers to make him walk. I know, it was pretty cool. That was one of my favorite episodes. But Sandy ends up going to jail, but I think that something happens. Anyway, we're out of time. So that is basically some of the history of SpongeBob. So make sure to watch it on Nickelodeon, and it is the best show in the world. Oh, by the way, SpongeBob lives in a pineapple under the sea, and they call him SpongeBob SquarePants because he wears square pants, because he's a sponge, and sometimes he wears some other crazy stuff too. So make sure to keep watching our other videos, and watch 2 more videos this week that will be posted soon. And as always, bye-bye, YouTubey!